Okay, interest rate swap. The topic is interest rate swap, and it is a very common topic. Every time questions comes from this interest rate swap. Another name of interest rate swap you write is plain vanilla swap. Plain vanilla swap. Plain vanilla swap or generic swap. Do I need to just write down the spelling of this thing? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
It is interest rate swap. Its another name is plain vanilla swap. Another name is generic swap. Okay. Have you written? Have you copied the thing? Tell me. Hello. Yes, Rajesh. I can hear you. Yes. Have you copied the name? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now, before say, delving into this topic, let us try to understand what it means. Now, do you have any idea regarding this fixed rate and floating rate? Because in home loan or any type of loan, there are two types of rate, fixed rate and floating rate. Do you have any idea? Tell me, Jyoti.
No, sir. No, sir.
Jyoti,
Yes, sir.
any idea regarding fixed rate and floating rate? Fixed rate
Yes, sir.
and floating rate of interest. Nisha, any idea regarding fixed and floating rate of interest?
No, sir.
Okay. So basically, there are two types. Please write it down. There are two types of interest rate. There are two types of interest rate. Number one, fixed rate. FIXED, fixed rate. Now, what is the feature of this fixed rate? It remains fixed throughout the tenure of the loan. Throughout the tenure of the loan, this fixed rate will remain fixed. Now, another thing comes is called floating rate. Now, as I am saying from interest rate swap, so basically floating rate is written in terms of like this. Just a minute. Say 0.5, say 0.05 plus LIBO. Please copy this thing. First you copy, then I will explain. 0.5 plus LIBOR. Okay. Or if I say 0.10 plus MIBOR. Any idea what does this LIBOR and MIBOR means? Any idea?
No, sir.
Please write down the full form of LIBOR. London Interbank Rate. London Interbank Rate. And MIBOR means Mumbai Interbank Rate. Mumbai Interbank Rate. Okay. So let us delve into the main topic, that is interest rate swap. Now So far, I have discussed that there are two types of rate. What are the rates? Fixed rate and floating rate. Two types of rate, fixed rate and floating rate. Fixed rate means 10%, 15% or whatever it may be. And floating rate means say 0.50 percentage plus LIBOR or 0.10 percentage plus MIBOR. This is called the floating rate. This is called the floating rate in international market or in international interbank market. Okay. Now, what is this 0.10 or 0.50 say rate? We know, just a minute, 1 percentage equal to 100 basis point. We know this thing. 1 percentage equal to 100 basis point. So if 3 basis point is given, so 3 divided by 100, it will be 0.03 basis point. In terms of percentage, it will be 0.03. Whenever you are writing as a floating rate, it should be expressed, whenever you are writing in terms of percentage, it should, in terms of say as a percentage you are expressing the thing, then it should not be expressed as a basis point. It should be expressed as a percentage. So if basis point is given, so we need to convert it into percentage. Got it? So let us recapitulate it. Let us recapitulate what we have learned. There are two types of rate: fixed rate and floating rate. Floating rate means either MIBOR or LIBOR should be given. Okay. And if the rate is given in basis point, we need to convert it into percentage. Okay. We need to convert it into percentage. Basically, we know this thing, isn't it? Tell me. Jyoti, tell me, is this thing what I taught you just now, is it clear to you or not? Tell me.
So repeat one again.
There are two types of rate: fixed rate, floating rate. There are two types of rate: fixed rate, floating rate. Fixed rate means 10%, 15% and blah blah blah. And floating rate means either it should be given like this: 0.05 percentage plus LIBOR or 0.010 plus MIBOR. Whatever, this thing will change. But this is expressed as a percentage, means you can see 0.05 percentage. So if basis point is given, we need to convert this into percentage. Is it okay or not? Tell me. Yes, Jyoti, tell me, is it okay or not?
Yes, sir.
So basically, let us try to understand this interest rate swap. It is the most difficult thing. I would say most difficult thing in international finance. Most difficult thing. Even the teacher, some of the teacher have seen, they skip this topic, this currency swap and interest rate swap, because these are so complicated and difficult. Okay. So basically, try to understand this thing. Suppose you are Jyoti and you want a floating rate from your bank, but already you have continued with a fixed rate. Already you have continued with a fixed rate. Now what happens? Say your banker is a Indian bank. Your banker is a Indian bank. Indian bank has provided you a fixed rate loan, but you want to continue with a floating rate loan. Now, the question may arise that why you want to continue with a floating rate loan, because you can anticipate that the interest rate in the interbank market would fall. Interest rate in the interbank market would fall. Means say this 0.0% will be reduced to say 0.02 or 0.03. You have this anticipation. So because of this anticipation, you can say that as your interest rate falls, so it is better to switch over to floating rate loan. Okay, but what happens? Again, you go to Indian Bank and tell the bank that you want to convert it into this fixed rate loan to floating rate loan. The bank would give you a floating rate loan arrangement, but that won't be beneficial for you. Why it is not beneficial for you? Because suppose you were a new customer, then the bank would have treated you in another way. But since you are already an existing customer, bank doesn't care about you. Bank doesn't care about you. So whatever I say, they will see. You want to take this loan, just take it, or just you continue with your fixed rate loan. So they are not bothered about say your interest. Okay, because as already you have continued with fixed rate loan. Say similarly, Poonam is there. Poonam is continuing, has a bank called HSBC Bank. HSBC Bank. And from HSBC Bank, Poonam has taken floating rate loan. Floating rate loan. Now the loan is not fixed rate, but it is floating rate. So Poonam wants to convert its floating rate loan into fixed rate loan. Now why she wants to convert? Because she has an apprehension that the interest rate would rise in the interbank market. So this 0.05% would become say 0.06 or 0.07 and so on. So in apprehension of this situation of the or in apprehension of this unknown, Poonam wants to convert this floating rate loan into fixed rate loan. So Poonam approached the HSBC Bank and request the bank to give a fixed rate loan. Again, the bank will give Poonam a fixed rate loan, but again that rate won't be advantageous to her. Why it is not advantageous to her? Because she is already a customer. Bank doesn't care about her. So the bank definitely would give Poonam a fixed rate loan, but that would be higher, that would be more costlier. Got it? So, yes, Rajesh, yes. So in that case, the best thing would be if Jyoti and Poonam swap their interest arrangement between themselves. If Jyoti and Poonam swap their interest arrangement between themselves, means Jyoti is paying fixed interest, Poonam will pay the fixed interest to Jyoti, and in return Jyoti will pay the floating interest to Poonam. This is all about interest rate swap. It is the most complicated thing in international finance. Most complicated thing. In nutshell, what I have explained, it means this thing. Okay. Any question, feel free to ask me. After that, I will discuss the other features. Everything is given in the notes. I have posted in the Google Classroom. Everything is there in the notes. Okay. Now you write features of interest rate swap. Features of interest rate swap. Number 1, the principal amount should be same to both the parties, and it should be expressed in same currency. Mind it.
Sir,
Say the principal, just a minute, I am repeating. The principal amount, please mute yourself. The principal amount should be same to both the party and it should be in the same currency. Number 2, there can be exchange between fixed to floating or floating to floating. So what is the basic features? That principal amount should be same. Suppose Jyoti has 10 lakh requirement but Poonam has 20 lakh requirement, then there cannot be swap agreement. And it should be expressed in terms of same currency. Next point, here the principals are not exchanged, only the interest amount is adjusted. Now, I could recollect, say in the year 2012, they had given a international this IRS. It is called IRS means interest rate swap. They have given a IRS problem in which three parties were there, and one party had a different currency denomination. So basically, it was given to fool the student, and there was much hustle and bustle in the class. And at that time, the finance faculty who were there, he was in great trouble. Okay, so basically, you should understand the principal amount should be same and it should be expressed in same currency. Got it? Okay, let us start with the problem. Please pay attention on the screen. Just a minute. Because it is taking time to open. হ্যাঁ আমি ক্লাস নিচ্ছি আমি দেখছি ক্লাসটা নিয়ে করছি, আমি ক্লাসে আছি, ফিনান্সে পড়েছি ক্লাস। Now can you see the screen? Tell me. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Study the problem. You see, first it is given 50 lakh. Loan amount is same. 50 lakhs 5-year loan. Means duration is same and your amount is same. Duration is same, amount is same. Basically just study the problem. Okay. Now please write down the formula for computing this interest rate swap. Right? Interest rate swap is possible. Interest rate swap is possible if revised agreement is more than the current agreement. Interest rate swap is possible if revised agreement is more than the current agreement. Got it? Now what is revised agreement? Just a minute. Now see, Jyoti, can you see the screen? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ABC requires a floating rate loan. ABC requires a floating rate loan and XYZ require a fixed rate loan. Means ABC wants floating rate but it is having fixed rate, and XYZ requires a fixed rate loan. XYZ requires a fixed rate loan but it is having a floating rate loan. So what you want right now is the revised, and what you are having right now is the old. What you want is revised, and what you have right now is the old. Got it? So we need to make the total of these. 10.8 plus this MIBOR minus 9 minus this MIBOR. Got it? Revised minus old. Revised minus old. Old means what we have right now, and revised means what we want to have. What we want to have. Tell me whether it is clear or not.
No, sir.
Is it clear or not? Tell me.
Yes, sir. As far as I understand, sir, R means
R means
sir,
revised. That means the new. Just a minute. R means the revised means the new rate that you want. But currently you have
okay,
this old, this 9. Old means the rate that you are following right now, and R means the rate that you want in the future, that you want to have.
okay, okay, sir.
Okay. So you can see this is the old rate and this is the new rate. So new means see, new means 10.8 plus MIBOR plus 0.3%. So revised is 10.8 plus MIBOR plus 0.3%, and old rate is minus 9 plus MIBOR plus 0.8. You can see 9 plus MIBOR plus 0.8. This is the old rate. So difference is coming 0.65, 0.13, 1.3. This is the difference that is coming, because here you are opening up the bracket, so minus, so it becomes minus, it becomes minus. So after adjustment, this becomes 1.3. You agree with me or not? Tell me. The net differential is 1.3.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
And if this is there is a positive difference like this, only then interest rate swap is possible, otherwise not. Otherwise not. First you need to check like this whether there is a positive differential or not. Only then interest rate swap is possible, otherwise not. Okay. Now, as nothing is said, so what we need to do? We need to divide this 1.3 equally between A and X, means ABC and XYZ. Why equally? Because nothing has been mentioned, so we are dividing this benefit between ABC and XYZ. So ABC's proposed rate was how much? Proposed rate ABC's was, it wants to have MIBOR plus 0.03. So from that, as it is having a benefit, so this 0.65 will be deducted. This 0.65 will be deducted, and from XYZ, XYZ, this 10.8, this 0.65 will be deducted. So they are having a XYZ is having a interest saving of 10.15 by this interest rate swap, and ABC is having a interest saving of MIBOR 0.35 through this interest rate swap. Now how to depict it as a percentage, as a in pictorial diagram? Actually the scanned picture is not good, still I will try to explain. ABC is there, XYZ is there. Okay, ABC is there, XYZ is there. ABC is paying 9% to its bank, and XYZ will reimburse this 9% to ABC. XYZ will reimburse this 9% to ABC, and in return ABC will pay to XYZ, but that won't be MIBOR plus 0.3%, but it should be MIBOR minus 0.35. MIBOR minus 0.35. That is its net gain. So basically you can see the same thing is happening. If you just see how much inflow comes and how much outflow comes, in ABC it is MIBOR minus 0.35, and it is in XYZ it is 10.5. So XYZ is gaining by a cost saving up to 10.15, and ABC is gaining at a cost saving of MIBOR minus 0.35, and ABC is, as a result of swap, is having a floating rate, and XYZ as a result of swap is having a fixed rate. Actually after the class today, at the end of the day, again I will say say write the diagram in a proper manner because it is not visible, and I will post it in the Google Classroom so that you can see. Okay, but basically the thing remains here, that revised minus actual differential is 1.3. It has to be shared between ABC and XYZ. So ABC, if I deduct this thing, because why I am deducting, because I need to pay 0.65 less, so it will be my goal minus 0.35, and from XYZ I am deducting 0.65. Why I need to deduct 0.65? Because I need to pay 0.65 less, so it will be 10.15. So we are gaining as a result of interest rate swap. Not only that, we are having the floating rate as well as fixed rate, but also our rate, the interest cost has come down. This is all about your interest rate swap. And I don't expect that you would understand in one single day. I have to repeat tomorrow also to explain the concept. Because it is the most difficult portion in international finance. Now tell me, how far you have understood? Because you can see I have just solved your past question paper. It is a past question paper. It came in 2013, I think, or 2011, I think it is. So question will come like this. Just go through the point I discussed, and after that you ask me if you have any question. Because today it won't be clear to you. I won't expect, because when I learned this thing, it was not clear to me for days. For days, not for single days, but for days. Because I didn't have a good teacher to teach me this concept.
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
yes, I can hear you.
So I have a question, sir. When you found out the difference between XYZ and ABC company, you found out the value of 1.3, I think 1.3.
Yes.
After that,
I
after that
because
you have written.
because after that I divide this between ABC and XYZ, because nothing is mentioned, so division will be equal. 1.3 divided by 2, it will be 0.65.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Any other question? Feel free to ask me. Basically, you just go through it for 1 minute. After that, I will recapitulate. As I told you, it is the most difficult concept in international finance. Most of the teachers in various management college evade this topic because it is not. It won't be easier for them to teach them this difficult concept. And if you see scanner, it is not given. The solution is not given. And in books they are using concept like comparative advantage and other things. So if you go by books and try to understand what do you mean by this comparative advantage, swap and reverse swap, it seems Greek to you. Simply it will seem Greek to you. You want to understand a bit. Okay, let us recapitulate. First, interest rate swap or IRS. Its synonyms are plain vanilla swap or generic swap. This is number one. Number two, to have a interest rate swap, the principal amount should be same for both the party and should be in same currency and for same duration. For the same duration. For the this loan amount should be for same duration. Number three, to solve this problem, we need to find out a equation. that is revised minus actual. Revised means what the party wants to have. Means both the party will make the what the party wants to have, say A and B. We make a total, we have the revised, and from that we deduct the actual, means what the party currently have. And only if there is a differential we go for interest rate swap, otherwise not. And interest this differential, what the differential comes, if it is not specifically stated how it is distributed, we need to distribute this thing equally. Okay, then one party will reimburse the amount which the other party who is paying to his bank, and other party will pay to the that party the revised rate minus this differential. So this will complete a generic or floating rate swap. Basically you can understand, because floating rate, say take this example, 0.65 is the differential, because 1.3 divided equally between A and X. Now A has to pay to its bank MIBOR plus 0.3 if it wants a floating rate, but it has a differential of 0.65, so it would pay less. So it becomes, the rate becomes MIBOR minus 0.35 that it would pay to X, and X needs to pay 10.8, but since it has an interest differential of 0.65, so it is gaining a cost reduction of 10.15. Yes,
Sir, where is coming 0.65?
1.3 divided by 2. That's I have explained to Rajesh. You please pay attention. 1.3 divided by 2. Why 2? Because ABC one party, XYZ one party. 1.3 divided
Hmm.
by 2, it comes 0.65.
Okay, sir.
So ABC is gaining by paying less, that is MIBOR minus 0.35, and XYZ is gaining less, that is 10.5, pay 10.15. So this is about interest rate swap. After 2 days after the class, I'll post the video in the YouTube also, so you can see the video. You can try to understand. And since the picture is not clear, I will say redraft the problem, redraft the solution, and I'll post in the Google Class. Okay. So that's all for today. Any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Have a nice
No,
day.
sir.
Have a nice day.
Thank